Hello guys, and welcome back to another cold episode. On today's episode, I have the list of most every icon currently within Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, and we're going to rank them from best to worst, just on a simple S to F tier list. And yeah, let's just quickly hop into this. These are not in any particular order. Some of them are kind of ordered, but they're not in any particular order. There are a few missing, obviously. Some of them I just didn't get the image for. It was kind of hard to get the images for. So, there you go. Let's just hop right into this. Starting off with this one, the Ally of Justice. This one's like a solid, I don't know, D tier? It's not great. The main problem with it is that there's not really any recognizable features or anything like that. It's just kind of like mid. It's just not great. Also, these aren't the highest of quality, so take this all with, you know, that in mind. Not the highest quality images. Next up, we have the Alubur one. I think this is a solid B, probably B tier. I don't think it's exceptional, but it is a solid average, right? The biggest, it's good. We have a lot to go through, so I'm not gonna spend too much time. Next up, we have the Ancient Fairy Dragon. It's a little bit better than the previous one with the Ally of Justice, but not a whole lot more. It's just okay. Also, not basing these solely based on the cards, but more so based on the actual like icon itself, and how well the card is translated into the icon. Speaking of which, Apocryphate Towers, or Apocryphate Towers, is not great. It's not F tier, it's not terrible, but it's definitely not great. That's pretty much it. I think this is some hero card. It's fine. It's a C tier. Actually, it's a B tier. I don't actually know what that one is. Arum's also fine. Again, it's pretty solid. It's just kind of like a face. This one's a solid C. It's okay. It exists. It's got some recognizable features, but nothing really too interesting going on. The Berserker one, I'm actually going to put in A tier. I think it's actually pretty decent, all things considered, just due to the nature of it actually taking up the whole frame and not having like a weird background. But like his hair, the horns, pretty much everything is like, you know, purposeful. Looks a little bit more distinct. I also am a big fan of the of the Plunder Blackbeard in particular. I think it's also pretty solid. Next up, we have just not a good one. The Armor Master, Full Armor Master, or whatever it is it's not great. Then we have two Blue Eyes in particular. This one I actually do like. I think it's pretty solid. I like the animation, kind of, or not animation, but the movement of the Blue Eyes monster. I think the tablet in the back does hold it back from S tier, but like overall it is a very solid shot, and it's a nice image for Blue Eyes. Honestly, it's probably like B tier, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. This one, okay, I must preface this. This is my favorite artwork of Blue Eyes, and one of my favorite artworks in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! Generally. Like, the card artwork, I think, is some of the best artwork in Yu-Gi-Oh! And I don't necessarily think there's a lot that can compete with it. With that being said, this one is not good. This is a bad icon. Because of the fact of where it's like cut off and all of that stuff, it looks very cluttered. And also it's kind of hard to tell what's going on. It's just not great. It's kind of a bad cut. And that's pretty much it. And you'll see that as well with some of the other ones as well. This one is maybe F tier. This one's so bad. Also, this one's F tier. Brother, what is happening in this? Brother, what is happening? Next up, we have, I believe, one of my favorites. It's S tier. In my mind, it is Dark Lord, or Condemned Dark Lord specifically. It's fantastic. What makes it so good is that it is an easily recognizable face and a easily recognizable like icon, while also still providing that nuance and like stuff is actually happening. But it's very clean, right? It's a very clean icon, and I like clean. It's the same thing with like pretty much any artworks. I think it just looks good. Next up, we have the Cross Duel one. This one's actually not terrible. It's actually pretty good, all things considered. Like, to be fair, Cross Duel was not a well-made game. That's not true. It was not a good game. We'll just go with that. That being said, I do think that the icon is fairly okay. It's pretty average, but it's not bad. Next up, we have Equimax, which I'm going to put in probably an A tier. I actually do like the helmet of Equimax in particular, so think it's pretty good. We also have Bigfoot. I'm actually not a big fan of this one. Same with Nessie. Nessie's a little bit better, but not by much. Next up we have Dante, but the weird Dante. Not Traveler of the Burning Abyss, but the Synchro, for some reason. This isn't the fusion, right? Is this the fusion? No, I think this is a Synchro. Next up we have the Dark Magician. It's okay. Yeah, it's not great. Now we have all of the Duelist Cup ones. I didn't include technically all of the ones that are there, that like exist. So there's that. Or at least all the ones that were, we had pictures for. We're going to start off with the ones that just don't have any... Well, first of all, let's just do this. All of the bronze ones are F tier. If you're using the bronze one, let's be honest, don't do that. Maybe don't. That's weird. That's cringe. That's lame. That being said, I actually really think that the one without the date is really cool. Putting a date makes it feel weird and clunky. No date, I think, is really cool. Right. I'm also going to put the other one, the silver one, in A tier. I think it's... I'll put it in B tier. I think it's solid, but again, if you weren't in the gold era or able to get the gold, probably don't want to use the icon. That being said, all of the rest of these are kind of like mid. They're okay, right? They exist, but like for the most part, they're not exceptional, right? This is the only one that I'm like, wow, that's cool because it's different, right? It's not just like here's the date or like when this happened, and the thing. It's like you can tell this one is special, and that's what I think makes it unique, which is why I'm gonna put it in S tier. Next we have Doom. He's okay. DP's fine. It's a solid, probably B tier. He's okay. He's not exceptional. Diabellstar I actually really like. I do like the dichotomy of having the two like faces basically. There's not much more going on with that. But yeah, overall, solid one. The Diamond, pretty... I'm going to put it in F tier. I think the Diamond is just terrible overall. Next up, we have Rhinobus, which is... I don't know, C tier? It's not great. As much as I love Dingirsu, that is a terrible icon. That is just not a good icon. And the main problem that I have with it is that because it is a faceless entity, it's really difficult on a white background to get anything out of it. It's just kind of like nothing. It's basically an icon of nothing, which is not exceptional. It's not great. We have another Dynamist. This one's fine. We have Ecclesia. Gonna put in B tier. It's solid. Nemlaria I actually think is probably S tier. I think this one's exceptional, mostly due to the fact that it is just EP. She's just EP. That's it. Next up we have Daddy Eldritch. Daddy Eldritch always goes at the top. Thank you. We now have the Element Saber one. That one's okay. This one's also iconic. Erebus, hand on his cheek, just like not interested. Iconic. That's a bad. I shouldn't say that. But yeah, he's exceptional. Albaz is this one's actually a little bit better. I do like it a little bit more than the like Aluber and stuff like that. So I'm gonna put it in A tier. Solid. This one's so bad. I hate this one. Same with this one. These two have very similar like problems where it's similar in nature to the Dingirsu, but Dingirsu is a little bit more smooth. These are just kind of like it's hard to really tell what's going on because again, it's kind of a faceless entity without really much going on. Like you can't really see anything that's happening with that. There's not really anything of note there. It's just kind of like a jumbled mix of colors. So it's hard to really identify anything of note. At least there's like, oh, you can tell like it's a smooth face. This is just kind of like a jumbled mess of stuff. Similar with like all of these, right? It's just kind of like a jumbled mess of stuff. In game, they may look a little bit better, but even with that being said, they're not exceptional. The Gen X one is like fine. Alucard, I actually do like this one as well. It's yeah, I don't know. Maybe I just really like Alucard, but honestly I don't hate this artwork as well. So there's that. Domititanus. Yeah, this one's solid. Xian, I actually do like this one. Just the red eyes make it really stand out, make it pretty interesting. Hella's fine, another solid like B tier one. Herald of Ultimate. All of these just kind of like do the same thing. It's just like a nothing. You're not really getting anything out of it. It's fine. Dragon Maid, I'll put it in A tier. I'll put it in B tier. It's fine. It's a face. Not really anything interesting is happening with the face. It's just a face. It's just a face. That's it. Burger's S tier. I'm not gonna explain that one. Yeah, this one's also just kind of a face. Like, as much as IP Masquerena is beloved by many Yu-Gi-Oh players, I don't really think that this is that good of an icon. It's a fine icon, right? If you enjoy IP Masquerena, or if you think that is like a cool card or a good artwork, that's fine. But like overall, not an exceptional or like very notable artwork. It's just kind of like okay. It's just kind of a face, right? Holy crap, that's terrible. This one I have seen in game. It's a little bit better, but even with that being said, it's yeah. I do like the Judgment Dragon. I'm gonna put it in solid A tier. I think it's good. The Karakuri one I also do really like. There's something about the guy just like it almost looks like he's winking, but yeah, I think that one's pretty cool. We have the Nightmare Griffin. Yeah, it's not great. Karakuri or Kurikara, not Karakuri. Kurikara. This one's Karakuri. It's fine. Lady Lab is, at least she's got horns, but like it's just a face. It's just a face. It's not a good icon. It's just a face. Like all of the waifus are just like, here's waifu. It's just like a face. It's like, okay, cool. We get it. This one's honestly not exceptional. This is the 25th anniversary, like 2500 dragon or something. It's not the 2500 dragon. It's the, I don't know, 25th anniversary dragon. It's like 25 something. If you have like 25 cards in your extra, you could special summon it or something along those lines. Sorry, excuse me. It's fine. This one's similar. This one's, I think this one's a little bit better. There is a little bit more going on, and it's a little bit more interesting to look at, but not a whole lot. It's fine. Yeah, this one's also kind of okay. There's a little going on there. Here's another face. Eritron. Yeah, Eritron's terrible. As much as I love Eritron, it's not great. It's a face. To be fair, there's a lot of faces, right? But that's the thing. With how many faces there are some that like actually do something interesting, right? The Karakuri, the Shien, the Nemlaria, etc. And then there's some where it's just like, nope, that's just a boring face of an anime character. Cool. Speaking of which, so yeah, I'm gonna put them all in like B tier. They're all the average, right? Because there's a ton of them. Like that is the average, right? This one I actually do. Yeah, I like this one a little bit more. There's something about the icon. It's just no, you're right. It's just B tier. I don't know. This one's D tier. Melfi staring contest. It's a cute bunny. I don't know what else to say there. The mutant one, F tier. It's not very good. Like both of these are okay. These are okay as icons. They're not terrible, but they're not great. Baguska's a fine icon. I think it's okay. You know, it's similar in nature to Nemlaria, but like with a terribly tired tapir instead of a waifu, or more specifically, instead of making it a recognizable face of someone sleeping, it's a tapir with a pillow. Just like a little bit better, but I wouldn't call it S tier. This one, oh, what is this one? I don't know. Is this Nephthys? Hold on. Time to zoom in. Oh, see. Yeah, I don't know. It's something. Next up we have Exodia, or no, Obelisk. Sorry, Obelisk is okay. It's not great as an icon. It's fine. Orchestrion is just terrible. What is this icon? It's not great. It's like the Apocalyphort Towers one, but just worse in every way. That's pretty much it. I actually really do like this icon. I think it's a very good icon. The like pose is I think is very cool. It's a different artwork, which I think is something of note, right? It's got a nice like recognizable cap and all of that jazz. I like it. It's a very solid icon. Nice Next up, we have the Promethean Princess. There is something more about this one as well, where it's kind of a little bit more than a face, similar in nature to like some of these other ones, right? Like none of them are just, except for this one. This one is literally just a face, but yeah, it's fine. We'll put it solidly in B tier. Pumpkin. This one's S tier. This one is extremely good for an icon, mostly due to the fact that it's a pumpkin, so it like fits in the icon shape really well, and there's still a lot that you get from the icon from the original artwork, right? Does that make sense? So like you're still getting most of what was originally on the artwork with the icon, which is pretty cool, and it's just like a very solid image in general to put onto something that's just kind of like off in the corner. So I think it's good. I think it's solid. Nice S tier. Next up, we have Punishment Dragon. I actually do like Punishment Dragon as well. Similar in nature to the Judgment Dragon. They're kind of facing opposite sides, but this one's a little bit more aggressive and a little bit more, just kind of like has more going on, which is cool. The Pearly one's also pretty nice. Cute animal. What more can you say? It's not exceptional, but it is. Well, it is exceptional. It's pretty good. Moving on. We have Question. This one's fine. It's okay. It's not all that great as a icon. It's a decent icon. If it were more focused on the actual question instead of the little guy, I think it'd be a little bit more interesting. If it was just a little question, I think it'd be a little bit more interesting. But there's that. Raphael. As much as I love the card, I think Raphael is such a cool card and is one of the reasons why I really enjoy Fur Hire. But Dear Lanta, this icon is ass. Oh baby, it's bad. Yeah, it just doesn't work. Just doesn't work as an icon. Yeah, I actually don't hate the Red Eyes one as opposed to like the Dark Magician or specifically this Blue Eyes. But it's similar in nature to like this one. It's kind of just the image of it just happens to work a little bit better with this artwork. That's pretty much it. Vendrid. It's okay, right? I do like the cool eyes, but there's not really a whole lot to do with that icon, or like, there's not really too much of note, right? It's just Vendrid Slayer. There he is. There's the guy. Rika Princess, I think. It's a face. This one's kind of hard because it's also like extremely white. Like it is kind of hard to look at as an icon, so I kind of want to put it lower just because of like the background makes it really difficult to actually see anything with it. So there's that. Just kind of looks like almost unlike the background on Dingirsu. While it has the similar background because of the features being more blue, like light blue, it almost makes it blend in more. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Just solid F tier. This one's okay. The S-Force something or other, don't remember it. It's fine. I might actually put this in A tier. I actually do really like it. The more that I look at it, the better it gets, kind of thing, right? There's a lot to like about it, but it's not the best of the best. Shiranui, it's a guy. Snake Eye Subversion. It's an S tier. This one's really solid just because of the fact that you get like the whole Snake Eye orb within the icon. It's a very recognizable, easily identifiable, and like it looks good. On top of that, it looks good with all of the icons, or with the frames as well, which is pretty nice. But yeah, it's just solid across the board. There you go. Good icon. Slifer is actually pretty good as well. I'm going to put it in A tier. The fact that you actually get most of the face and most of the like visage, basically, of Slifer in the icon, while also having some sort of like something happening with the mouth opening, but the other one being closed. Pretty interesting. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Soccer ball. It is a soccer ball. That is true. So I don't want to put it that low, but like it's not great. Rocky is for some reason just like half in the frame and half not, and it's really funny. Yep, it is certainly something. Quick Fix is fine. He's okay. Starry Knight, Starry Dragon is fine. He's solidly in there. This one's the what's it called? The Subterror, and it just doesn't look very good. Wakaushi, I actually do think this one's a little bit better because he's actually still playing the flute. And you can see that he's playing the flute. He's also got the like pendulum color eyes, which is kind of funny. Well, technically this one's green, but beside the point. You get it. It's fine. It's a decently good icon. Changing's okay, I guess. Yeah, he's B tier. Rika Princess and Rika Teardrop kind of have the same problem, where it's like mostly due to the background, it's harder to like recognize. Like even, I don't know. They're okay. I'll put this one a little bit higher. It looks a little bit better, but like Princess is kind of rough. Here's the 25th anniversary something or other. This I don't know, not great. Yeah, it's a face. That's pretty much it. Chicken. I don't care how much you like Raw. They cannot get this Egyptian god right. The artwork looks so bad. In like everything. They did him dirty. Anyway. I actually really like this one. Gonna put it in A tier. The Thunder Dragon Colossus. The fact that you actually get the like lightning coming out of its mouth is pretty nice. Redoers, also just kind of a guy. Here's a trophy. It's there. This one's just mostly for PTSD, to make you shit your pants. You're like, oh my gosh, VFD. I'm gonna put this one in F tier because literally every single person who ever uses this stupid ass icon is on some sort of stun or stun adjacent variant, and because of that, every time I see this icon, I want to not play the game anymore. This one's just a football helmet. It's a little bit better. Raisin's just a guy. He's just a lad. This one is fine, but it's not great. This one's also kind of fine, but it's not great. Vsauce is a face. This one, Digreffer, say it with me now, is a face. That is a face. All right. We'll do these ones last. Let's do this one. Not very good. That's the crawler one. This one's got it. Yoki Yoko Ono? No. Yokai. I don't know. It's the Mayakashi one. I can't remember the exact name for it. It's the graceful one. This one is really, really solid. Mostly due to the fact that like it is a action, not an action. It is a like meaningful look while also being a unique face, and like just overall it looks really nice. It's got good colors, all of that stuff, right? It's like the opposite of Princess almost, where it's just like, yeah, it's not just a face, it's a wolf's face, and it's a unique color set, and it's got a cool background, etc. Yeah, it's a very, very solid icon. This is one of the few like face icons that I think are actually pretty good. Ecclesia, I mean, Ecclesia 2, Electric Boogaloo. Yoko Ono is fine. The BLS exists. Okay, Karibo's S tier. Karibo's godlike. This is one of my favorite icons. It's just he's just a little puffball, and he fits so nice into that little icon frame, and it works really well. That's it. That's all I gotta say. The Duelist ones, the blue ones, fine. The red ones, fine. They're okay, but let's be honest, no one actually likes using these. They're just okay. 25th anniversary is not terrible, but like everyone got this, which is why it's not higher on the list. Okay, now we have a bunch of qualifiers. Let's start off with bronze. A lot of people have gotten this one, so let's just ignore that one. Silver, put a little bit higher, and the gold we'll put ever so slightly higher. Okay. Then we have, I believe this is Worlds. Regardless, it's a solid icon. I'm going to put it in B tier. Then we have all three of the world placement icons. This one is the bronze equivalent, right? But I actually really do like the colors with this one. It's pretty solid overall. And then we have the one with the silver. The one with the gold is a little bit better. And this is not being judged on anything other than how the actual icon itself looks. Obviously, all three of these would be in like S++ tier because they're so rare and stuff like that. But overall, the actual icon itself is not all that great. The frame, on the other hand, the frame is great. The frame is fantastic. It's really, really cool and really unique. The icons themselves they're good. They look fine. They're not really anything like too interesting, but they look good and they do what they're designed to do, right? Specifically, I do like the actual gold that's inlaid with this one. It makes it actually pretty interesting to look at, just overall. This one's a little bit bland. Honestly, I'm actually gonna... I want to move this down because it is significantly worse than this one, but it's still in like the same tier, if that makes sense. This one I do actually think is a little bit better than this one. And just kind of the bare bones nature of this one makes it not great. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Honestly, I'm going to move Dark Lord down one. Yeah, that looks right. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know down below if you guys agree with this or if you don't agree. What is your favorite icon? Obviously, mine is the Eldritch, obviously. But let me know down below what yours is. That's going to be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you guys did indeed enjoy. If you did, like us very much, so appreciate it. And if you want to check out more content like this, as well as more Yu-Gi-Oh!, then just be sure to subscribe. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. And remember to always stay frosty. Bye-bye. Shout out to the Frost Guard, my members. Thank you guys so much for the support, and I hope you enjoy the content.